What small habit, if done every day over the course of a year, can lead to the greatest personal improvement or gain? Story 1. Whenever I'm about to do something, I ask myself, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I don't do that thing. Craving a cigarette? Ask yourself the question. Want to ditch class and stay home? Ask the question. Procrastinating? Ask the question. Worrying about things you can't control? Ask the question. Self-sabotaging? Ask the question. If an idiot would do that thing, don't do that thing. Story 2. I've seen many good small habits mentioned, but I'd like to suggest an elaboration, incremental improvement, and a baseline task. The baseline task is something you must do every single day. Sick as a dog? Get it done. Groggy when you wake up? Too bad. Slept late and will be late for work? Do it as soon as you get home. This task can be anything. Making your bed, spending 5 to 10 minutes decluttering your room, doing 30 minutes of yoga before work, etc. It just needs to be a small, consistent activity, preferably at the start of the day, that gets you up, thinking, and moving. Set 1 alarm clock, maybe 2 for safety. Setting 10 only hurts you. I chose yoga, and it's paid off tremendously. I wake up earlier and more alert. I have time to make breakfast afterward. I can spend the first 30 minutes at work productively setting up my day instead of just drifting while I wake up. If I happen to miss that day's real exercise, and to be clear, I did notice weight loss and strength gains from yoga after about 6 weeks, I don't feel like the day is a total loss. From there, pick something else. Brush your teeth twice every day. Then start flossing. Then add mouthwash. Maybe invest in a tongue scraper. Make your bed. Go for a jog. Spend 30 minutes reading. Add one of these habits every week or 2, not all at once. Build one habit, then layer another on top of it. Some days you'll be busy, tired, or just want to binge watch Netflix while eating Doritos, and that's fine. Being a robot isn't the goal. You'll find that on those days, maybe you missed your jog, ate takeout instead of cooking, and played video games instead of reading, but you still made your bed, still did yoga, and still took care of your oral hygiene. Good job. Here's what I'd recommend, and you'll see similar advice throughout this thread. Do yoga for 30 minutes right when you wake up. Every single day. Make your bed however you like it. I just straighten the sheets and place my pillow properly. Brush your teeth if you don't already, at night, then in the morning. Floss at night. Use mouthwash. Enamel-safe, anti-cavity whitening is best after breakfast and before bed. Go for a 30-minute to 1-hour bike ride every other day, or swim. These are great non-impact cardio options. Start running once you've built consistency and endurance. Do a 30-minute to 1-hour lifting routine 2 to 3 times a week. I recommend starting strength or the Reddit recommended routine. Do one 10-minute chore every day. You can even watch Netflix while doing it. Vacuum the floor, put your clothes in the bin, wash those 3 dishes, etc. Now imagine where you'll be in 6 months. You'll have great hygiene, improved flexibility, better fitness, a clean living space, and who knows what else you'll have accomplished. Story 3. Thank you, not sorry. I used to, and still do, have a problem with over-apologizing in almost every situation, even when a serious apology isn't necessary. When you get into this kind of habit, it becomes almost automatic to apologize for everything as a way to please others. It can hurt your confidence and even change how people perceive you. You become the person who's always sorry for everything, and that's sad. So, I've been consciously practicing thank you, not sorry to change that. Every time I find myself about to apologize for something that doesn't actually deserve a heartfelt apology, I try to find a reason to say thank you instead. Running late for work? Say thanks for your patience instead of sorry I'm late. Not only does this stop you from sounding apologetic all the time, but it also shifts the focus to the other person. It turns a negative into a positive. You're complimenting them by acknowledging and appreciating their patience, kindness, or understanding. It shows that you value that trait in them and that it matters to you that they extended it. I wish I had more or better examples, but those are the ones that come to mind right now. Story 4. How you treat your body for just 20 to 30 minutes a day can dramatically impact your life for a very long time. Work out with weights 3 to 4 times a week. Focus on different areas of your body each day. Do single sets, then move on to another exercise for that same area, and then to a different area altogether. Repeat this for 3 to 4 cycles. Today, this approach is often called high-intensity interval training, HIIT. I joined the military in 1968. Back then, I was a skinny wimp, just over 6 feet tall and 148 pounds. That's where I learned to work out every morning. Except for a few lazy stretches, one lasting over 2 years, I've gotten up at 5 to 6 a.m. to exercise, either at home or at the gym. Now I'm 6 feet 2 inches and shrinking and weigh 195 pounds. This morning, like most mornings, my blood pressure was 122 to 79 with a pulse of 76. My last full blood panel, over 25 tests, came back completely within the healthy range. And no, I'm not a health nut. I ate terrible food as a kid, and in my 20s, McDonald's was basically my main diet. I still grab fast food about once a week. So, exercise moderately, but make sure you exercise. Story 5. Write in a journal. It's cliché, but it really works. I used to do it, but once I felt like my life was on track, I stopped. That led me to fall back into a lot of bad habits and convince myself I was fine when I wasn't. Drinking, smoking, video games. I slipped into a mindless routine that eventually caused serious dissociation and memory problems. Keeping a journal keeps you honest with yourself. You're not writing for anyone else or trying to present your best self. You're simply working through your thoughts honestly and openly. It allows you to reflect in ways you normally wouldn't. You can let everything out without worrying about what that level of vulnerability might mean. It truly helps. I'd recommend it to everyone, especially those who struggle with anxiety. Story 6. Meal prepping. I make all my meals for the week in advance on Sunday. It saves money since I make fewer impulsive food purchases during the week, and it's easier for me to make healthy choices because I've already planned everything out. I hate wasting food, so if I already have lunch prepared, I'm not tempted to order pizza. I also weigh my food since I'm dieting, and it's so much easier to measure and log everything in advance rather than carry a food scale around or guess quantities during the day. Plus, I really enjoy cooking but don't have the energy during the week. Prepping on Sunday lets me get my cooking fix, and then I don't have to think about it for the rest of the week. Even though there are a lot of dishes on Sunday, during the week all I need to do is rinse out my food containers. If it feels intimidating, start small. Just make your lunches for the week ahead and build from there. Story 7. Go for a walk 3 times a week. It's incredibly good for you, even if you don't or can't do any other kind of sport. Walking at a normal pace, or slightly faster, even better, is one of the best and most sustainable habits you can build. It doesn't take much time, and it won't leave you completely exhausted. I'm obese, and I've been walking regularly since August. It feels amazing. I carefully plan my routes around my neighborhood and rarely take the exact same path twice. My regular distance is about 3 kilometers, around 1.5 miles, which isn't much, but for someone like me, who drives to work and otherwise doesn't get much movement, it's more than enough. I live in the suburbs, and there are so many streets nearby I had never visited before because I never had a reason to. I track my walks and calculate my average speed. It's almost like competing against a ghost driver in a racing game. When I complete a slightly longer route or walk faster than usual, it gives me a real sense of pride and accomplishment, unlike the fake sense you get from video games made by money-hungry companies. I keep a diary and a chart of every route, and just looking at it makes me proud of myself, because before starting this, I hadn't walked that kind of distance in years. At first, my regular shoes made my feet hurt, but instead of giving up, I bought proper walking shoes with soft soles. Watching the neighborhood and the changing seasons has also been surprisingly enjoyable. When I started, it was late summer with scorching days. Then I watched the leaves turn yellow and red, and now winter is almost here. Cutting out sugary sodas and following a slightly stricter diet, with occasional cheat moments, has helped my weight slowly but steadily go down. For example, today I walked 3.22 kilometers at an average speed of 4.42 kilometers per hour. For a healthy person, that's nothing special. But for me, it's a solid challenge and a sustainable habit that's genuinely making me healthier over time. Story 8. If your job offers direct deposit, set it up to go into 3 different accounts. 60% to your checking account at your main bank, 30% to a savings account at a different bank, 10% to a savings account at your main bank. You'll live off 60% of your paycheck, which will force you to be more cost-effective with everything you do. The 10% that goes into your main savings account will serve as your emergency fund. If you ever need a little more than that 60%, you can dip into it to cover unexpected expenses, but don't rely on it. It's meant for true emergencies. The 30% should go to your secondary bank, preferably a credit union, since they often offer free savings accounts with no strings attached. Having this money go to a completely separate account helps psychologically too. Remember, out of sight, out of mind. I've been doing this for a few years now, and I currently have $37,000 in my secondary savings account. I started by saving just 10%, then gradually increased it until I reached 30%. I avoid touching it completely. I don't check it online. I don't think about it. I basically pretend it doesn't exist. I only know the balance from the monthly statements they send me. This system has truly been life-changing. I used to spend money just because I saw it sitting in my account. Now, living off 60% of my paycheck, for two people, no less, isn't easy, but it's made me a smarter and more disciplined spender overall. Story 9. Waking up an hour or two before everyone else in the house. I started doing this when my youngest was an infant. I found that I could exercise, shower, make my bed, unload the dishwasher, and, if I had a few minutes to spare, throw in a load of laundry, all before anyone else woke up. Now that my kids are older and in school full-time, once they're on the bus, I use that time to run errands or clean the house for a few hours each day. That still leaves me with time in the afternoon to sit and read for an hour or meet friends for a quick chat before the kids get home and the homework and dinner prep begin. Doing this has helped me in so many ways. I'm fitter, my chores get done efficiently, my house stays clean, so I don't panic if a friend or neighbor drops by unexpectedly, and my mental well-being has improved overall. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, activate the notification bell, and share a similar story or anything you'd like to say in the comments. See you next time.